And hello. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Try to keep this at a relatively low volume, and I hope everyone out there is having a traditionally good evening. Um, Being the tail end of Shabbat, very thankful and very blessed. Um, Chasing down some more movie news. Been emailing and discussing with John Campia regarding, you know, future appearances for me, discussing movie news on his show. Um, we'll see where those negotiations go. Definitely don't want to lose money or lose opportunity from working with the great John Campia, but started in more of a derisive situation, and then he started to realize that the information, the connections that I do have in the film industry are indeed the reality. That in the drop of a hat, I can call Tom Rothman. I can call these individuals on the phone, get firsthand information with them. It's an invaluable asset, as others in the Hollywood and entertainment community have often relied on. So I've never really tried to, what do you say, like commodify it. Never been one to like, oh, put me on the press screening list, because by doing that, I go from being the ghost in the darkness that can you know, get the major casting nudes, be it Ansel Elgort beating out Taron Egerton for Han Solo, as bad as that movie was, that was big news at one point. Be it the Sonic the Hedgehog deal with Paramount, small news, big news, regardless, news I broke. The Super Mario Brothers movie, news I broke. The new, animated one that's, again, getting stalled, but the impetus of it was my reality. The Anne Hathaway casting for Catwoman. That was through uh, direct personal connection that I knew that was going down. Um, so you do what you can. I never really went turned pro, I guess you would say, with any of those news tips. There just were things I was knowing as a casual movie fan and interested to partake in learning more on these movie news. Uh, so now, 25, 30 stories later, I don't even know. I mean, I broke almost everything regarding the Halloween 2018 debacle. Um, my personal views on the movies I report are aside. I don't really like any of these movies. But yet I don't know, through my age of 12 years old to whatever age, been doing this, been on the sets of TV shows and movies since I was that age. And no, I wasn't a child actor. No, I wasn't the son of a producer or anything like that. I was literally ditching school and driving 2 hours away and breaking into the studios with um, you know, passes to get into the studio, right? That I either got through. One time I was up in Oregon, and I said that I was, what was it? The movie about running called Without Limits. Started Billy Crudup, Monica Potter, and Donald Sutherland, and Matthew Lillard. Uh, anyway, that was filming. That was a big Warner Brothers production. I said I was a relative of. No, I said I was a neighbor of the person that was the movie was based on. Um, so by that measure, they gave me a Warner Brothers badge, and I had that badge for, oh gosh, basically until they turned the badge system, you know, inside out. They changed the badge system, and at that point, I could still get into the studio anytime I wanted, because I knew the security guards. So it pays to get into really good connection with the people that aren't necessarily the gatekeepers, but that are the gatekeepers as well. It wasn't really on them. um, which movies get made, but it is on them who gets on the lot and who don't. So, it's just like how things are ran on the inside of the yard. Um, Things are done with favors, right? So these people at their job post at Warner Brothers or Universal or Sunset Gower or Sunset Bronson or you name the studio, they get by on favors, whether it's LL Cool J saying, hey, arrange to take care of my car, and then they get to drive around the car for the week, to what have you. So, in order to get access to these places when you don't actually belong there, let's say you have some television pilot that you're trying to get made, like I did at one point. And the only reason I ever got that entree or opportunity to talk directly to these producers that produce television shows that can greenlight pilots was because I was on the Warner Brothers lot. So it's people are always trying to say, go to film school, network, play the progressive ascension game, you know, where you're just so thankful and blessed to have the opportunity to be around such gifted and talented people, and you're looking for the right opportunity for someone to use your creative passion to inform the betterment of the community. If you talk like that, then you're probably going to be the ones that don't go ahead and just figure out how to get onto a back lot and then figure out how to start making things happen. So, more power to everyone and all the different skills and uh, available contributions they can make and the like. But hey, it takes a little bit of some gumption. And no, I'm not Steven Spielberg. He did similar things and literally became Steven Spielberg. But I mean, not necessarily jonesing for the opportunity to be in the limelight every minute nowadays or anything like that. I mean, I had my little time running a lot of different television shows at one point. Um, you know, could have parlayed it into running even more television shows and then possibly running movies or my own television shows that I would produce, etc. And I'm not saying that that's something that's never going to happen again. I'm just saying I could do it, if I want to put an inordinate amount of my own money into it, I guess, because I really don't want to work for them and have. I mean, the television shows I were working for, and I was setting up, and I was participating in, and the amount of creative news making, let's just say, that occurred that they were compensating me for to do, and then to find the various different actors and people to be reenacting news stories and things like that. That was some very high level stuff that no one really knows the exact numbers of which I found these individuals. So um, the larger point is it's just basically those were compromised visions, even though they were as good, well achieved as possible. Um, so I'd like to put my own money into my projects going forward, and that's basically what I've decided to do with the Barbecue Network. Starting to do a lot more celebrity interviews, figuring out the best way to post the different stuff. Now, I apologize for the settings and all that. I'm just trying to do this commentary and without scrambling into, 5 or 6 different rooms just to do one thing. We're just going to be in one room and don't really have no editing stuff. So we're just going to start the movie of Halloween 3 in a little bit. And then eventually I'm going to set the phone down and just do some of the commentary on it. Yeah, I mean, what can you say, man? Uh, I really do um, love Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. I recently saw the Halloween by Rob Zombie. and it blew my mind. It's not only my favorite of the Halloween series, but it's my favorite. Well, one of my more favorite movies of all time, and it's so brutal. I don't know if I can watch it again. It's just that type of thing. It's just so good. Um, so we got a visitor here. Hey, visitor, say your name. Let me mute this real quick. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Okay, I muted myself real quick. Lie down. Gotta tell the dog to lie down. All right. Um. So might as well just get the commentary started. I hope everyone out there has Halloween 3 on their what do you call it, home media, or however you want to stream or whatever you do, consume stuff or whatever. uh, so this is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I'd love to see this on the big screen. I'd love to see some of the Friday the 13th on the big screen coming up. Obviously, Halloween 2018 took up a lot of time, energy, and space, and was a suck fest. But hopefully, this coming Halloween, they can do something to actually celebrate Halloween and put it up on the big screen. Halloween 1, maybe Halloween 4, since that would be, or Halloween 5, that would be the. Come on, that was 30 years ago for shit, man. It's getting late in this new century. Jesus Christ. So yeah, so do like the celebration of Halloween 5. Wow, that would be 30-year anniversary for that film. Wow, things just progress. So we're talking about a movie called Halloween 3 right now that's going on 40 years very soon. And everyone that's still in it, I'm either friends with or know, or everyone that's been involved in the making of it, I've either come in some direct contact with, and they're all pretty much in good shape, except for the people that I'll point out that are passed on and that they make wonderful contributions in this movie, obviously. Um, but Tom Atkins, our lead, God bless him. He's been in some wonderful movies. He's banged a lot of chicks in movies. He's banged Jamie Lee Curtis, I think, at least once. And then, you name it, you do it. He gets a very memorable death scene in Lethal Weapon. I think most people don't even know who Tom Atkins is. They just would know him as his character from Lethal Weapon, and how I believe he shot through the window. Very memorable death scene. Um, so we'll go ahead and start the movie up. I'm actually glad that I don't have to listen to the actual soundtrack, because just as you're about to play the thing, it's pretty annoying. Happy, happy Halloween. Obviously, I love the movie, but when you're just going to be doing this, like, trying to do it as professionally as possible, that's a trippy ass song, man. So I, made it a little lighter in here so I can focus and talk the whole time. Um, it's a lot to fill the whole time, but I got a lot of notes and some information about Halloween 3, and we can talk about some other stuff as well. So, without any further ado, let's count it down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We're right on the Universal logo. It's spinning around. It's the mid 80s looking Universal logo, early 80s. I love that Universal logo. It brought us the Psycho sequels. It brought us a lot of great films. I'm going to lower the volume here. Mustafa Akkad killed in a terrorist event in Jordan in 2006, I believe. So, a couple years after the making of Halloween Resurrection, which I believe right after Halloween Resurrection, they were thinking about just kind of continuing the series. I don't know exactly, but um, that all kind of changed it. And then I believe shortly after is when they made the Rob Zombie deal. They could have already been in negotiations with him. But God bless that event that brought Rob Zombie into the franchise. I really, really don't get the hate uh, for that one. But here we are with Halloween Season of the Witch, Halloween 3. where their intention was to make an anthology. I mean, I'm sure everyone may have heard that by now. You got Dan O'Hurley playing Cochrane. So they want him to kind of be the Scooby Doo villain type dude in this. That's basically, you can't even take his mask off. He's just basically a member of the pod people or someone that helps preside over a bunch of pod people taking over. They can suck your head out of your head, or they can put their hands through your head. As you'll see, this one home girl, her father gets I don't know what you say, skull crushed, uh, skull cavated in, excavated in. Peter Jameson, production designer, I think he does a wonderful job. Kind of takes what's actually there in this decrepit town in Northern California. Dean Cundy, cinematographer, wonderful to talk to on the phone. Great at doing his job. Uh, Erin Yablans, he's just a trip. We'd like to actually talk to him. I've seen him in a bunch of interviews, but as I'm starting to cull through footage to try to get this Deborah Hill documentary put together, which you can go ahead and be part of the crowdfunding for. Um, it's just great to learn more about her and her great work on this film and so many others. And obviously Tommy Lee Wallace, one of my favorite directors, people. He's such a valuable part of this Blu-ray. One of the best Blu-rays there is. They visit the various locations of this town, and the name escapes me of the town right now, but it's called Santa Mira in the movie. And in this town, I've called people in the town and figured out where every location's at, gotten information before, and really enjoy it. Really highly good situation. They were really informative with me about the movie, and say every couple years people are interested in learning more about the movie, and I say, yeah, damn right, because sure, it's not a Michael Myers Halloween movie by any measure, but who's to say if they would have made a creative 2018 movie that wasn't just fan service and bullshit, then they could have had where they would blend Season of the Witch stuff with um Halloween new plot stuff. Instead, you had you had a whole movie where all I had was one kind of cool kills in killing the media, which is always something that's good. And that scene in the bathroom where they kill the media, um, and nothing else. And fan service where they show the masks once, right? I mean, what's the context of those masks? That's like, oh, so Danny McBride and David Gordon Green, you can go back to making like Land of the Lost or whatever, for real, and let the big boys step up and make another Halloween movie. I don't think everyone should be all daunted by how bad that movie is. They should just literally go back to the well and get, the guy that directed Bad Boys, the Sean Penn movie, and H2O, I believe, to come on. Well, not H2O. He made Resurrection, one of my favorites of the franchise. Man, the movies I love of the franchise get hate. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I have not seen Halloween Rob Zombie 2. I don't know if I can hold on. I mean, Halloween Zombie 1, man, seriously is like eating a steak and not being able to finish it. 'Cause I still can't even finish that movie. I love it so much. It's like, what the fuck? It's literally like better than the original. The original is really cool. It's got those iconic scenes, but like by the middle of this movie, when it's hitting that stride, I'm talking about Rob Zombie's Halloween. When it's hitting that stride and going for it and starting to re-emulate the various scenes or context from Halloween Halloween 1, I mean, I think it's really 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 good. Now we'll stick to Halloween 3 here. This is a really cool scene. Just a horrifying scene, this guy here in the what do you call it, mechanic den thing. He's either getting pinned by the car or he's in trouble. He's being pursued too much, and you know, dangerous consequences for this gentleman. I think that these were filmed actually in the Santa Clarita Valley, Palmdale area, maybe even Lancaster, if I do recall. Now, Sean Clark, he represents Keith David. He represents, literally hundreds of different celebrities at these conventions, and meeting him, you know, it's a lifetime honor, and it's great to have him as a friend as I prepare the conventions I'll be planning, such as the Camp Crystal Lake Convention and Festival, and hopefully others. But here we have, they're talking about Stonehenge, and they're starting to lay the groundwork that there's some really fishy shit going on here in what we got? Where are we? Santa Mira and the area and the lake. So then you got this guy. He's the what do you call him? You know, he's at the he's just trying to do his job, and then you get this annoying ass commercial. Happy, happy Halloween, 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 back and forth over and over again, constantly. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's basically London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. So they got this song that they wouldn't have to worry about copyright on and all that. It's pretty genius. Linda, what's it called, was a genius. Deborah Hill was a genius. And that's what people don't really get is, of course, what's his name was a genius, is a genius, will always be a genius. But, you know, I'll straighten out the thing in a minute. Just made a ride in tribute of the wonderful, wonderful movie that we're watching here. And what a gift it is and a treasure to spend this time with you, to be able to do this commentary with you. Very much. And this black gentleman, he's uh, about to be attacked by one of the pod people, basically, of the town. So their idea is not very creative. You know, we're gonna make a pod people movie and call it Halloween 3. I could see how fans would revolt at the time, and perhaps I would have. I don't know. I don't know what I would have been like had I lived through the 80s and seen in 70s and 80s and seen these movies evolve. I could be more like B Movie Mike, that I would be like, oh yeah, Halloween 1's the best and Friday the 13th 1's the best. I see that point sometimes. I can see that point, but I think the sequels have so many. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Friday the 13th 4, regardless of if I get along with Barney Cohen or not, he's. I think his contributions to that movie are a lot less than people think sometimes too. Um, but that being said, other people were involved in the execution of that movie. Just because Barney Cohen's kind of stupid or whatever, uh, doesn't mean the movie is horrible. The movie's quite good. Friday the 13th 4 is a wonderfully powerful movie. Um, Entertaining and a multi-dimensional movie. Friday the 13th 5, fantastic. So look at these masks here as you're watching the commentary and as we're doing the commentary. I think Tommy Lee Wallace's wife plays Tom Atkins' wife, and then Tom Atkins' wife plays someone else in the cast. It's kind of a trip. And they all then end up together, I'm pretty sure. That's how it goes in Hollywood. And so it goes. And so it goes. I don't know, man. I think that these scenes at the hospital are classic because it's like, yeah, Tom Atkins is a doctor. He's doing his best, but I mean, first of all, he don't even look that he's old, but he don't look like in a seasoned point of way. He don't look that old, you know. He don't look very seasoned. And usually these guys that are doctors, I guess, and are pretty seasoned looking, you know. He looks like he's just like, hey, yeah, like, throw me a medical coat on, I'll sell it. I'm Tom Atkins, motherfucker. So it's great to be streaming right now, and it's a wonderful evening. This part always freaks me out. Always has freaked me out. This part, pretty incredible part here. I mean, obviously, there's a lot going on in this movie. First time people think it and see it, and they don't got no Michael Myers in it. And here they're treating the daddy there of this one chick, and I'm about to have some gnarly stuff go on. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me go get my reinforcements of my food. I like to eat something called corned beef hash or roast beef hash. Y'all like that? You like that roast beef hash? Oh, my baby. You're not doing nothing right now. My dog. I'm gonna leave this right here. I'll be right back. Hey man, don't break up on me right now, alright? Alright. That's hash if you want. Alright. So I hope everyone is enjoying the movie so far. To everyone out there at the Barbecue Network, have you watched Halloween 3 first time? And if so, is this your first time watching it? First commentary of it? Do you enjoy Halloween 3? Where does it rank among your other Halloween movies? And we thank all the fans for voting. With 150 votes, Halloween 3 won. So, really impressive. The second place vote was Lethal Weapon 2. So I do think Lethal Weapon 2 coincides with my interest in doing that movie. So I think I might do Lethal Weapon 2 tomorrow night. Because there were a lot of votes. Now, was it like he's basically gonna rabbit punch this guy in the head and take his eyes, nose, and like I don't know, upper part of his face out. So yeah, it's like face out. And the guy's toes curl up as it happens. He's an old dude. He owns a toy store or a mask store. I have some cranberry juice. I was gonna get some wine, but decided not to because I can't remember if I have a. I don't know where the bottle opener is. So, what do you call that thing where you get that corkscrew? I don't remember where it's at. So I didn't want to get frustrated, you know. That kind of thing would frustrate me. Not knowing where the corkscrew is when I have wine. You may get me to break the bottle or whatever. Straight up. All right, so this black chick and him, he grabs the black chick's ass earlier. I forgot to point that out. You may have seen that. He's just a total flirt, as you'll see later. Almost everyone in the town or everyone he meets, he gets up on. I love this part. The pod person sets himself on gasoline, and the car blows up. That's scary. And the way that he tells it to the cops later, it's like, yeah, that's what happened. I can't believe it. How you doing, Curly? And I like the way that everyone from the hospital just kind of goes out and stares at it, and like they're trying to figure out what happened. You know, like why on earth would someone do that? First of all, put their hand in some old dude's head, then light his car on fire. Now I'm pretty sure he's about to take a phone call from his wife, and she's clearly gonna start yelling at him, and then he's gonna have to point to the phone and be like, "Oh, my wife's bitching at me" or something. I found that to be hilarious. Like not a little bit funny, just really funny. I like broccoli. All right, Silver Shamrock. So I used to follow a YouTube channel by Silver Shamrock. I should look him up. I haven't checked in on him in a while. Silver Shamrock. Great name for a YouTube channel. I'm sure there's a lot more fans out there for this movie than would represent how much it made at the box office. Look at a movie that only made 15 million back in the day. That's nothing. I mean, that's like selling 45, 50 million worth of tickets now. It's not very good. All right, now this is Stacy Melkin. You can be a friend with her on Facebook. Having taking the next level of friendship with her as well. I find her to be great. I love this part with she finding out about what had happened, and she had come up from LA, I believe, to this hole in the wall ass town somewhere near Eureka. It's got a unique name, but it's right in that region there. What a cute dog, huh? Because you're so cute, you get a piece. So, I don't know, something that just strikes me right there. Have you ever seen a doctor walk around with this swagger? And have you ever seen a doctor walk around with a red shirt on? Not me. Have a red undershirt. Now he's just looking at that girl and staring like, oh my god, I'm gonna put it in her. I like cranberry raspberry. There's a double level of tartness that I find to be quite appetizing. That counterbalance each other. Oh, they put apple in it too. They're always sneaky. They're just basically using whatever and saying it's cranberry raspberry. That's cool of them though. You'd expect nothing less. You expect nothing less. I mean, why should they be honest? Just call it cranberry raspberry as long as it's predominantly that, I guess. Okay, so he used to bang this chick too. It's unknown if he banged that nurse. I think he just had an open flirtation with her. Well, no, apple is the second biggest one. So this would be called cran apple raspberry, but whatever. It's only $1.80. Walmart's like, fuck off. Your cran raspberry with apple and grape. Tastes bomb anyway. Like dank as shit, actually. This bar. Okay, so that flirtation, he nets some information from her. He goes and just drinks at this bar. and he's watching a cartoon. And this bar is in Sierra Madre, California, the Buccaneer Bar. Wanted to go visit it, but I don't know. I was always just going to and from Raging Waters, the theme park, water park. Didn't really have time for that. So this is pretty meta, showing a commercial for Halloween Michael Myers movie. Meanwhile, this is Halloween 3. So, yeah, very meta for the time. I don't really like all that stuff in movies sometimes, but I like it there. Very effective. Hot looking chick wearing a black jacket. Because she wore that black jacket, very hard to light. And she would refuse to change it, so she kind of looks shapeless. I agree, but it's a nice look. I can see what she was going for. Lighting wise, it does present a challenge. Quiet. I love me some juice. So now Tom Atkins is wearing a different red shirt, more of a plaid shirt, like a lumberjack shirt. What's up with him? What kind of doctor is it? I remember seeing him on a commentary. Huh. He was on the commentary for the movie. And it's so funny. He's like, I don't know what kind of doctor I'm supposed to be. And I'm like, well, I don't see myself doing anything medical. There's a store that they like cut in the third shot from that point forward. And on the Blu-ray, you can see them revisiting the store. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome indeed. I love this movie. Where does it rank for you guys in your terms of your, if you really love the movie, like in terms of your top 100 of all time? I don't really know for me, except I definitely think it's in my top 100 of all time. It's just a unique movie. Such a unique movie. I'll be right with you guys. I'm doing it. I'm sorry for the streaming issues, and we're now back. All right, so yeah, there's already a flirtation going on between the two of them, right? I mean, am I wrong? You got a lady that's like 25 at the most that wants to find her pa, and then you got this guy who's like 50 calling up his ex-wife saying, I gotta go out of town and find some old dude that's killer that I don't even know. That's taking the medical oath pretty damn seriously, and his pursuit of getting on this broad. Gets his Miller six-pack, runs. So the 210 freeway is not too far from there. You can see a LA city bus at the time. Pretty cool. I've been on that street before. Obviously, I don't know. It's one of those things I gotta just research it and go, when I'm in California as like a tourist and do it. Because I've lived in California all these times, but now that I'm not there, I want to visit every single place that I, just put off visiting. I visited a lot of cool shit in California, though. Visited places that don't exist anymore, like the ranch from Westworld recently burned down. And I used to go there with my pup all the time. Ain't that right, girl? So this is driving to that town. They say the town's very much like how they make it in the movie. Company town, keep outsiders out. Stare at cars that go by. All that kind of stuff. Pretty hardcore. In Santa Mira, it's kind of interesting. I'm doing first 3 things on my channel are all Santa Mira based movies. The Magnoscopic Slag and Memoirs of an Invisible Man. Santa Mira. The Village of the Damned all takes place in Santa Mira, I do believe. And this one takes place all in Santa Mira, I do believe. I do know for a fact. Maybe I'm wrong about Village of the Damned, but there's probably at least a reference to Santa Mira in that movie. I love the Village of the Damned. There's isolated horror scenes in that movie are awesome. A one-on-one kill. The woman walks off the. We saw the movie the other day. Just awesome movie. What's the commentary? What Karen Collins' character goes through is awesome. So they take this mid-model Oldsmobile up to this place. Now, and when they're filming in real life, it's a milk factory. I don't know if the milk factory is still working or not. But a lot of these old towns, they're company towns. The one business keeps them going. I think we can all relate to some place like that. Yeah, so I should do like a cooking commentary sometime. I highly recommend y'all cook out some corned beef hash and tofu and mix it together. Really good. Is it as good as corned beef hash and eggs? Well, it's more plentiful than corned beef hash and eggs. You could cook 6 eggs and it would be about the same price, I guess, but the tofu just has like I don't know. It seems to be very good with the corned beef hash. So you got Tom Atkins paying, but like they're trying to do some detective work here. So they're gonna stay at this local haunt here. And on the DVD or the Blu-ray, it's so funny. They go visit this location, and there's some guy that tries to almost fight my friend Sean Clark, yelling at them from hotel to hotel. Really funny. Crazy hole in the wall place. I talked to a lady at the Chamber of Commerce there, though. She said that they give me a great tour if I ever go. So definitely can't wait to do the Halloween 3 tour. I love this tune. That crazy song, that boy, as that all happens. Totally great part. All right, Papa. All right. I'll be right back, people. Enjoy this part. Well, that's more than a little dank. I mean, that is more than a little dank. I highly enjoy that food. I stepped on something. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm now back with the commentary. Now, Dan O'Hurley, you may recognize from a lot of different stuff. He was in an Oscar-nominated movie in the 50s, name of which I can't recall at this moment, but I'll try to post it in the comments later. Oh, jeez. Look out, dog. I gotta get up under here and I gotta get my feet in here because it's cold. Look out. You little pup. Okay, so now Papa Atkins is now macking on this chick that's a lot younger than him. These scenes are pretty fucking classic. Right. What exactly is their attraction? Why is the doctor going on the road to find her father? Anyone's guess. It's such a random movie. I love it. Anyone else? I don't know why I thought about this. I just looked at my microwave and it's not working. But it's got me to thinking about microwaves. Anyone ever seen The White of the Eye? Horror movie, thriller movie, The White of the Eye. Interested to know if anyone's seen that one. If you have, leave a comment down in the questions, or leave your comment down in the box or whatever it's called. You guys are all in luck. I have one of my snacks that I really like called gummy bears, of course, and I'm a huge fan of those. And I have something else as well, and it's called Airhead Dots. Let me get the exact terminology. I'm going to do a live try of these. Airhead Bites. To my knowledge, I never had them. Had the Airhead Extremes. Recently tried them fools. And now here in the Airheads. Man, they're made in Kentucky. I don't know where they're made. They're made in Mexico. I can't tell. So maybe they've been changing the recipe up on this, because I see rice starch as one of the ingredients and beeswax. Sorbitol maybe. But I remember some other. I just loved them back in the day. Airheads. A lot of my friends would buy a grip of them, and they'd be up in their backpack, and then just sell the Airheads at school. There was a black market Airheads going on at my school for real. People selling Airheads and shit. No joke. Did that ever happen to you guys at your schools? I like this little scene here. Tom Atkins talking about talking to the town weirdo guy. But the town weirdo guy is dropping some knowledge on what exactly goes on here in this town. And they're exchanging drinks together. But this guy's going to be short-lived. Wasabi soy sauce. Dank almonds. Anyone know why these things are so small? I don't know. They're dank though. Super dank. Almonds covered in soy sauce and wasabi. Pretty dank. So he's kicking Tom Atkins some knowledge. It's never good in a movie in terms of the guy that does too much exposition ends up getting killed. I mean, have you ever noticed that? Everyone out there, does Michael Caine's character die in Children of Men? I think he does. That's another one where the guy clarifies the plot or exposition and then dies. I'm pretty sure he dies. I might dies off camera, but definitely implied. Quarun. You guys out there in the chat, did Quarun direct Children of Men? Did Quarun direct Children of Men? I just tried an Airhead bite. I tried a white mystery one. Tasting awful, the watermelon. The white mystery officially became watermelon, I guess. I'll get another white one out of the way. You guys do this when you have candidate that doesn't have your favorite flavor? Do you get the one the bad flavor out of the way first? Or try to give those away? I do. Because now I deserve a cherry one. I'm about to have a cherry one. I love this part. So you guys are scary. You don't know much about these pod people, but they're up in your business, you know? I just tried a cherry one, and the cherry one is pretty mild. I usually like my cherry flavor to be overpowering. Okay, so this is Tom Atkins' wife at the time. And he's macking on his young broad. But that's the business, I guess. Okay, let me have another double cherry. I think these actresses do well together. And overall, I like the chemistry that every actor has had on screen with each other and with the story. They've all fit. Even the pod people. Pod people were all supposed to be red haired originally, but they couldn't find everyone like that. I don't know how hard they looked, but it became impractical, I guess. I like this lady. She's pretty far into the business. She was just trying to talk shop, saying that she's trying to pick up masks and stuff. I like her. Not like my favorite or nothing, but oh my god, she's my favorite. Oh my god, come out of the shower, wraps up in some funky ass blanket, and she looks so cute. And what about her? Is she gonna go read her book? I like her character. I'm gonna chill and read a book. You got Tom Atkins making a lot of phone calls and stuff. Oh yeah, you calling that one broad? Yeah, I like her. Not to spoil anything, she has a bad fate in this movie. But I think her character is really cool. Does a lot of good detective work. You get the idea there's a lot between them. Yeah, I do like that. I'm gonna have a couple more of these and save them. They're pretty good. They're not like an airhead though. They're more pillowy, kind of like a Mento. Oh my god. Why is she so into this guy? It's so weird. But hey, whatever. She went to go visit her dad, and this is what happens. Her dad gets his eye, head, and skull kind of removed. She meets a doctor. So the doctor learns about an issue in the way that that guy got killed. And then so they go to investigate a mask company. Pretty random. Pretty strange. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's probably trying to be funny. Comes off really strange though. I can't imagine they were really serious when they were making this movie. Kind of a parody of the genre, maybe commenting on how it's so easy for him to bed Jamie Lee Curtis in The Fog. I don't know. Well, he sure can get with any chick back then. I know he plays something on a play. He plays the Roonies. Yeah. He plays the owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers in a play. Seems very interesting. I don't know if it was over on Broadway, but it's in Pittsburgh. Where he does the play, at least. They're pretty good. Airhead bites. I might mix them with my gummy bears. Oh, I want to do Police Academy movies out there. You guys have favorites? Let me know in the comments. Oh, I love this part. Fooling around with something with the mask, I think, and then it zaps her blue face out. Yeah, pretty hardcore. Really good horror scene. Crazy ass bug comes out her head. It would be a perfect movie to watch at a drive-in. Wish I would have seen it actually at a drive-in. In that era. Not a pretty crazy, goofy story. Crazy kills. Scary kills. A lot of good stuff. Now look at Tom Atkins, he's butt ass naked. I mean, she clearly has an attraction to him. She's probably been around a bunch of unmasculine males in Hollywood. Comes up north and finds this doctor. Clearly likes the color red. Wearing his plaid again. They're saying they should get the best medical service. All a big setup. Daniel Hurley. I think everyone does good here. Is she wrapped in a blanket? Because they woke up in the middle of the night to a murder or a mysterious death after they were being intimate. They look pretty funny. Look like something bothers them. Well, I like this part. He's like standing watch over her. That's nice. You don't want her getting her face removed. No, look at her. She's like dressed up to take his phone calls today. I love her. Getting to that part where I have to sit the phone down. The commentary will continue. Anyone out there in the chat, you ever been to the filming locations for this movie? You have interest in visiting them? All right, the commentary is going to continue. I love the ambiance of this town. I love how it's a detective story trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, like a weird Scooby Doo plot. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, that's quite a mustache that Tom Atkins has there. He just has a real. Well, I guess let's talk about the appeal of Tom Atkins. He's an everyman. Literally is charming in every scene, doing something to get the camera on him further. The camera seems to eat him up. Let's look at the way he just turned just ever so slightly in that with that glare. The camera seems to eat that up. And when he looks at someone, he really looks at them. He's tall and he's big and he looks at you and he guides you through a room. I swear to God, this movie's great. Tom Atkins is a real charmer. I mean, yeah, look at how he can put on that great self-effacing laugh and how he looks at everyone. He seemingly looks at everyone and can smile. Smile at the kid, you know. The kid's an annoying little brat. Everyone's a little brat to him. But look at how he handles everything. And he can charge up on the young lady. And he's just groping her. He's literally just groping her there. Okay. So that's the appeal of Tom Atkins, ladies and gentlemen. Like a half mullet as well. Oh, I don't remember this part where there's actually like you see some of the staff and they're congratulating him. That's an interesting and unique part. I love that part of the movie. Because Dan O'Hurley has a bunch of women employees, I guess. I hope that they're respecting their relations. So Dan O'Hurley, I'm pretty sure, was always Irish. So his accent and his character is really cool. As he's not hearing to be Irish. He doesn't sound Irish. But yet he's playing a character that clearly has Irish or Celtic roots in their crazy Stonehenge stuff. When Stonehenge, you'll see soon. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm not a huge fan of. I much prefer the other commentary. There we go. When I do hear it, I like to have the real words. The word, I love his accent. I love the way he sounds. Dan O'Hurley. It's taking me a minute off to. I don't like to hear that sound of his voice. Good voice. I like this part too. The funky ass museum. Museum for Silver Shamrock. Pretty cool. Lie down. Lie down, Curly. Dude, we got a little bit while more on this movie, so look out, dude. Good dog. Sometimes you gotta take back the space on the couch when the doggy gets a little too fierce. Tries to take up too much space. Oh yeah, red territory. Good guy with that wubba. So everyone, I hope you enjoy the experience of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Tommy Lee Wallace would go on to make. If you give me a minute, I'll think of the title of it. Uh, Several other horror movies as well, but Aloha Summer, I believe, a very very underrated uh, teen comedy drama of the '80s. Really a good movie. So this poor boy just got masked up. Now this mask ain't something you want to recognize. I really enjoy this movie though. I mean, you get this business traveler aspect where these guys are going up there to buy masks, but then bad stuff seems to happen to them. So you get to wonder like what exactly is going on in this town, and it ends up being the worst case scenario. It ends up being the worst case scenario. They're taking pieces of Stonehenge, manifesting energy in a factory, and trying to murder people and massively do a plague of Halloween where everyone that puts on a mask ends up being infected with insects, I guess. So that's pretty much the nightmare scenario. I think the movie really is a horror movie. You know, it's a scary idea to think that that's really going to occur or is on a pathway to occur as the movie sets forth and shows towards the end. It'd be great to have some of these silver shamrock boxes. There were hundreds of them. No one really knows where they went. Those trucks are imposing. It's kind of like maximum overdrive. So hi to everyone out there. We got Orc, B Movie Mike, Eric from Endurance Production, E. Or is that her name? Go lie down somewhere, dude. Go lie down, please. Curly, go up on the couch. Curly, dude, figure something out right now. Hey, what are you doing, dude? Curly, come back on the couch. I don't know, man. Figure something out, right? Figure something out, dude. Or you're not being a Bubba. Hey, figure something out, Curly. I'm in the middle of the commentary right now. Figure something out. I can't stop it. So this part's great. It's a trip, man. This dog just came right back on the couch. She must enjoy Halloween 3. She went and had some water, and she come back in and she said, what did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, yeah. She went to watch the Halloween 3. I can see why. She got a variety of different people to look at. She may like the insects or something and be like, oh, what's that? Creepy crawlers, huh? Because you are a bloodhound. And when the bloodhound see a bunch of gore sometimes, she don't mind it either. Because say, oh, it's interesting. That's interesting. Like that, right? So that's a really good movie, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. For the proper puppy. Not for every puppy. Just for the proper puppy. This has been a great commentary. I really like that part of the movie quite a lot. Now you got Tom Atkins being a man of action, and I guess during the making of this scene, he's very sick. But hey, we don't really know. We don't know about his sickness because he's Tom Atkins. You know what's so ballsy about this movie is he's really the only character at a certain point. Our lady from LA has quite a sad fate. He's trying to protect her every minute, but it just didn't work out that way. It just didn't work out that way. That's never good. When the pod people take you away, never good. Never a good situation. You're not going to come out the same once the pod people get their hands on you. You're just not. You know, they may upgrade you in some way. Because when she comes back, she's kind of like a Terminator. I don't know. But she's lost her soul for sure. Again, trade-offs. I think he's wearing like a members only jacket. Look at him starting to train. He's having to really get physical and get low in that part. That's weird. So like the pod people can sense energy to like turn on. I don't know. Like Yuri. Anyone else out there a fan of Pringles to the extent I am? Never really cared one way or another about them, but they're pretty dank. Pretty dank. Are they potato or what? Maybe we can send Tom Atkins on the case. Atkins, you're about to discover some weird stuff, bud. Yeah, those are some good parts. number what's really going on in this movie. So, folks, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. I mean, this is a pretty incredible movie. You guys got wiring and like a yellow bile coming everywhere. This is quite a crazy movie. All right.